Once upon a time, Rory Gilmore was the gold standard for good girls on television. Bookish, polite, ambitious, and wise beyond her years. The kind of girl who brought a book to a party and made straight A's look cool. But somewhere along the way, something changed. In today's video, we're exploring the character arc of Rory Gilmore, how she went from TV's poster child for perfection to one of the most polarizing characters in television. And just a heads up, there will be spoilers ahead from both Gilmore Girls and the Netflix revival, A Year in the Life. Rory burst onto the scene in the year 2000 as everything a teenage girl on TV at the time rarely was. Intellectual, emotionally grounded, and ambitious. She wanted to go to Harvard, she read Tolstoy for fun, and had a best friend relationship with her mom that felt revolutionary at the time. Viewers connected with Rory because she represented a kind of aspirational relatability. As someone who watched the show as a teen, I aspired to be like Rory. She wasn't a mean girl or a manic pixie dream girl. She was quiet, thoughtful, and driven. In the early seasons, we saw a young woman balancing academics with first loves, familial pressures, and the looming expectations of being the great hope of her single mom household. But the cracks in Rory's shiny surface were already there. Her need for external validation, her discomfort with failure, and her tendency to retreat when challenged. These traits were subtle, but foundational. Rory's descent wasn't sudden, but it was steady. She began making questionable decisions, like sleeping with her married ex-boyfriend Dean, or treating her mom coldly after dropping out of Yale. The same ambition that once made her charming now made her entitled. When Mitchum Huntzberger tells her she doesn't have what it takes to be a journalist, Rory's reaction isn't to prove him wrong. It's to steal a yacht and spiral. That moment is pivotal, not just because it marks a sharp turn in her academic journey, but because it shows Rory's fragility. She had never really failed before, and when she did, she didn't have the tools to cope. Her response was to avoid accountability, lean on privilege, and push away the people who cared about her most. Even her relationship with Lorelai, once the emotional anchor of the show, suffered. The woman who raised Rory to be independent and self-aware was now being shut out, and Rory was refusing to confront the consequences of her choices. Fast forward to the Netflix revival, and Rory is no longer a promising young woman. She's a 32-year-old without direction, involved in yet another affair, and still expecting greatness without doing the hard work. The revival didn't redeem her. It revealed her. She wasn't the golden girl anymore. She was a flawed adult, still coasting on a reputation built in high school. She drifts from one freelance assignment to another, fumbles through job interviews, and remains emotionally entangled with Logan, a man she clearly doesn't have a future with. Her lack of direction isn't just circumstantial, it's symptomatic. Rory is a person who was told her entire life she was special, and when the world didn't bend to that narrative, she became aimless. And maybe that's the point. Rory's arc mirrors a very real, very uncomfortable truth. Being special as a teenager doesn't guarantee fulfillment as an adult. In fact, it can sometimes hold you back. Without resilience, and without humility, talent can curdle into entitlement. Rory's fall from grace matters because it reflects something we rarely see on screen. What happens when the girl who had it all together suddenly doesn't? She complicates the trope of the good girl by showing us how privilege, pressure, and passivity can derail potential. It's easy to root for Rory in season 1. It's harder by season 6. And maybe that's what makes her arc more honest than we give it credit for. She's not a villain. She's just human. And in an era where TV so often simplifies women into heroes or anti-heroes, Rory's messiness might actually be a strength. Her story is frustrating, yes, but it's also a warning, a mirror, a reminder that being good isn't a shield from bad decisions. Rory Gilmore didn't stay perfect, and maybe that's okay. Maybe growing up means letting go of the idea that we ever could be. If you liked this character deep dive, check out our other videos on the Naughties TV universe, including essays on Everwood and my defense of Dawson Leary. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you still root for Rory, or did she lose you along the way? Thanks for watching the Hangout. I'll see you next time.